a bit.
This is the thing that Jack Ramsay said they were going to try to do. Really pick them up, and they force a turnover.
Tell you, boy, that's textbook basketball. They harassed the inbounds man, got the ball, and he slapped it right off it. It is a 12-11 game. The 76ers with a 1-point lead. Lou pass goes into Catchings. Down low, it's wide open. McGinnis posted down low against McAdoo, and here's George McGinnis fading away. Shoemate goes to the moon to get the ball, but can't hold down, and the Sixers will bring it in from beneath their own basket.
If you can watch where George McGinnis will catch the ball, he'll catch the ball in deep and try to face inside real quick to make the quick move to the basket.
Catchings with the offensive rebound and the roll, and the Philadelphia 76ers take a 3-point lead. It is 14-11. We're in the first quarter, 6:10 to play in it. Randy Smith outside. Carter looking flicking his head to either side, see if there's room to drive. Randy Smith has it as he takes a hard rap from Steve Nicks, but there was a foul call prior to that on Fred Carter. That's his first one.
One thing I think Buffalo will try to do in this ball game with Randy Smith particularly, if Fred Carter's matched against him the whole game, I really feel that maybe Randy Smith can drive by Carter and break down the defense, either get to the free throw line or lay it off to Bob McAdoo for an easy shot inside.
They got that going early at the outset. They got it down low. It's open. Now it is a 14-13 game. The 76ers with a 1-point lead in the basketball. Carter goes to McGinnis. Cut off nicely by McAdoo, who stepped in the way, looking to drive. Doug Collins looks to go down the lane against Randy Smith. Fred Carter gets the ball out, and again we have a pushing match inside. Here's a foul call. Basket count.
I'll tell you one thing. If I were a little guy, I would very surely stay out from under the basket. If you look under the basket, they are absolutely hammering each other under there.
Harvey Catchings will go to the free throw line as the personal foul on the play was on Bob McAdoo. That's his first one. Both teams in the penalty situation. And the 76ers lead by 4, 17-13. We have 5:43 to play in the first quarter. Randy Smith looks to the outside. McAdoo almost loses the ball. Good hands at 6'10". Picked that thing right up like a guard. Now he throws it away to Steve Nicks. Here come the Sixers. Doug Collins. Racehorse basketball, and Doug Collins on the basketball. It turns it over to Buffalo.
Doug Collins, I think, had made up his mind to drive, and the defender picked him up early on that particular play, and he had nowhere to go, and he carried the ball over. Good, very good call by the officials.
And they're right on top of this game. This is a tough one to call. All the playoff games are. Now McAdoo goes outside of Jim McMillan. 6 points for the Braves. Randy Smith jumps over everybody and arcs it on through. And the Braves come back to within 2 points at 17-15. Randy Smith is now the leading scorer in the game. He has 7 points for Buffalo. McGinnis has 5 for Philadelphia. Catchings 4, Carter 4, Collins 4. Nicks goes to the hoop. Basket is disallowed. No basket, says Manny Sokol. And a charge is called on Steve Nicks. He's a great success story. Played with Detroit, was cut. He's cut by 3 teams one season, started in the Continental League, started all over, and last year was an NBA All-Star.
Just an unbelievable story in itself. To see a player get out of basketball and come back and make it as big as he has.
Ken Charles forces a shot. Jim McMillan, offensive rebound, cannot get it to go on the second time up, but Shoemate takes it. And John Shoemate, a 56% shooter, gets the ball up and in, and the Buffalo Braves come back to tie the game at 17. Nicks, that's a hard pick, and a foul is called by Ken Charles. The way these switches are going off, there's going to be some people on the bench before the fourth quarter is very old.
Don, they are really setting some great screens. I'm talking about the 76ers. George McGinnis got a big body. Steve Nicks got a big body. And Harvey Catchings got a big body. Set some great screens. They're freeing a lot of people down there, and the officials will have to be careful that they're not moving on those screens.
I think, Jerry, it's also going to depend greatly who's got what on the bench, because there's no way that this tempo can keep up. It's a very warm day here in Philadelphia, and they're going to have to start substituting. The first one is coming into the game now since it began. Bob Weiss is coming in the backcourt, replacing Ken Charles, who just got his 3rd personal foul for the Braves.
Well, Bobby Weiss will give some very good intelligence out there. Moves the basketball around, only takes good shots. I'm sure they'll try to get the ball a little bit more to McAdoo. He hasn't had many shots so far in this game.
Bobby Weiss comes in right off the bench. Arcs in the left hand of the Buffalo Braves. Tie the game again at 19. Fred Carter with the ball. Hawked by Weiss on the outside. Looped inside back up to Carter. McGinnis, who plays anywhere he wants to. Comes out high now. Ball is tipped away from Collins. No foul. Long lead pass to Randy Smith. Tipped away by McGinnis. Picked up by Collins. Knocked away by George McGinnis. And they start back the other way. Here's Doug Collins. That's his own offensive rebound, and Doug Collins works his way into the lane. Boy, he can play basketball.
He really can. He gives you a great effort all the time, and this man is 6'6", one of the quicker guards in the league.
They call him a New West.
Well, he's really quite a basketball player, and he's young, too. He's going to get better.
That's a great attitude. McAdoo fires one up, gets the rebound inside of McMillan. They play team basketball, but the basket is disallowed as there was a foul prior to Jim McMillan's shot on the inside. And now John Shoemaker has gone very hard when it was expected he'd not play at all today, is going to the sideline to rest. And Dale Schluter's coming in to spell him with the 76ers in the lead, 21-19. Penalty shot in effect as McAdoo goes to the free throw line for Buffalo. McAdoo has only 2 points so far, but as you know, Jerry, throughout the course of the season, when McAdoo scored 20 or 25 points and not 40 and 45, Buffalo invariably wins the game.
I think what they were doing there was moving their offense around a little bit, and I think their key player in this ball game for Buffalo is Jimmy McMillan. If they can get him the ball game early with a good movement on their offense, he's going to hurt Philadelphia's team.
That's just what Gene Shue said before the game. He said if McMillan is in the game, if Smith and McAdoo are giving up the ball, Buffalo is so tough because when McMillan's in the game, everybody is. Doug Collins has the ball. The 76ers with a 1-point lead. Here's McGinnis looking to shoot. Passes off to Collins again. He arcs it up. Missed it all, but Mick hustles and gets the rebound and puts it up. Great pursuit of the ball by Steve Mick, who is working so hard underneath. Jack Ramsey out looking.
If you can get a good look at it, the reason he got the ball, he just threw Bobby. Look, he just throws Bobby Weiss out of the way. Gets in underneath. Should have been a foul in that play. Mick very definitely fouled.
He can give the 76ers a 4-point lead. The penalty shot in effect. He'll get the second. Steve Mick now at 4 points. Very balanced scoring by the 76ers. Catching, Six, and Carter have 4. Collins has 6. McGinnis has 5. Randy Smith with 7 for Buffalo. Jim McMillan with 6. Rebound, and then his second shot comes down to Schluter, and here's Bob Weiss. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. 3-point game, Philadelphia. Buffalo led at the outset 7-2. This is Don Criqui with Jerry West and Sonny Hill. As the spectrum in Philadelphia is all on the line here today. Randy Smith, an acrobat, arcs one up off the spin, gives Buffalo into within a point. Doug Collins breaks down the baseline of the court. He is so tough. He is so fast for his height.
Don, the one thing that Doug Collins can do, he's got the outside shot, but he takes the ball to the basket as well as any guard in the league.
McAdoo comes right back. The Mad Bomber hits it from the deep outside. First long one of the day for McAdoo. There'll be more. Here's McGinnis laying it up. He cannot get the roll. Great drive, but no shot. Rebound McAdoo. Here's Bob Weiss. Again, the 76ers with a 1-point lead, and Buffalo with a chance to take the lead. McAdoo, not quite enough there. And the rebound comes down to McGinnis as Collins went down hard. Up court to Carter, tries to drive on Randy Smith. Smith playing nice defensive basketball against Fred Carter, who will put it in the air the minute he's got an opening. Here's Catching going more offensive-minded here today, and Harvey Catching plays it off glass. He now has 6, and it's a 3-point lead for the Philadelphia 76ers, and now Jake O'Donnell is calling a foul.
Freddie Carter held in the backcourt. Bobby Weiss is trying to press them all over the court, and many times like that, after an inbound play, you're going to see a foul. Officials are right on top of it.
And Don Adams now comes into the game for Buffalo, and Joe Bryant is in the game for the 76ers. Joe Bryant, who was the #1 draft choice at Golden State. They couldn't reach an agreement, and then the 76ers made a deal for him, signed him. He played at LaSalle College here in Philadelphia.
2 to make 1, let it leave his hand.
Bobby Weiss now has 2 chances to make 1. Weiss a good basketball player. You don't hear a thing about him, but he can play.
Well, Bobby Weiss is a really good basketball player. He's one of those kind of players that you really need on your team. He gives you good intelligence on the floor. He does not make mistakes. He takes care of the basketball, and if you ask him to run your offense, he'll do that for you.
Bob Weiss on the penalty situation brings Buffalo back to within one. It's been that way all along. Buffalo had a 5-point lead early. Philadelphia moved out in front by 4 a little bit later, but then it's been back and forth. A 1-point game, Sixers in the lead. 1:40 to go in the first quarter. A very high-pressure game. You'd expect nothing less. This game that will decide who goes on vacation and who advances in the playoffs. And here is another whistle inside, and we'll have a foul call against the Buffalo Braves. First call of the day on Dale Schluter. Bob Weiss gets the personal foul. Carter at the free throw line. Gary?
Freddie Carter was trying to back Bob Weiss in down deep. They're in the penalty situation. He feels he can jump over him, as Carter can do a lot of guards in this league, and Weiss reaches it in from behind and fouls him.
Freddie Carter's another guy. Real success story. Went to Ben Franklin High School in Philadelphia. Didn't have any scholarships. Worked at a job in Philly. Got one at Mount St. Mary's in Emmitsburg, Maryland. And now has had some great seasons in the NBA. First with the Bullets and now the 76ers. It is 28-26. Philadelphia is up by 2. Schluter looks down low. McAdoo is picked up by Mix. They're working a nice alternating switch defense. Bryant and Mix working on McAdoo. Either side he goes, and they pick him right up. It's almost the zone.
Everyone will help out with McAdoo, particularly with Schluter in the lineup. Schluter does not have a real good outside jump shot. They brought Don Adams off the bench. He doesn't have a real good outside jump shot. And he's going to see a lot of white jerseys around him from now on.
Don Adams hands off to Bob Weiss from way out. Bob Weiss takes the shot and bombs it. The game is tied at 28. We have 1:05 to go in the first quarter. Bob Weiss has come off the bench here late in the first quarter, and he has put in 3 field goals. 6 points for Bob Weiss. 2 field goals and 2 free throws. Collins from way out. McAdoo rips it down off the defensive board. Buffalo is now going to a more controlled offensive game. You notice they're switching from Randy Smith being their primary ball handler to Bob Weiss, who's more of a quarterback. Foul call on Joe Bryant.
On a hit on the outside.
I don't think I've ever seen Bob McAdoo play so high out. He's catching the ball almost completely behind the free throw circle. It looks like to me if they try to run their offense a little bit deeper and screen him out so he can catch the ball in closer, it'd be a better shooting range for him.
He loves to take that long jump shot. He historically has never been a guy, a center that's played inside. He's really been a forward.
That's one of the great advantages he has from the offensive end is the fact that he has the ability to go outside, and most centers don't like to stray out of that 3-second area.
Now the Buffalo Braves come back to take the lead, 30-28. Lloyd free, just in the game. Arcs went up, another whistle and a foul call. This one goes against the Buffalo Braves and Bob Weiss, who gets his second.
Bobby Weiss hasn't been in the game very long. He's got 3 baskets and also 2 fouls very quickly.
Lloyd Free, another good young basketball player, a rookie out of Guilford College in North Carolina. From Philadelphia also, signed as a hardship.
It's a very young 76er team, and they've got a very, very bright future.
They do. Villa lost a great player like Bill Cunningham 20 games into the season. He missed the last 62 games.
And they ended up with the 4th best record in the NBA. That's saying really something for their ball club.
Randy Smith puts up the home run ball. It does not get there, but he draws the 2-shot foul. Smith has been so invaluable to Buffalo. Lloyd Free drawing the personal foul, his first. And Randy Smith, who is the top scorer in the game with 9 points, will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 for Buffalo. The game is tied at 30. Now McAdoo goes out, John Shoemate goes in. And here comes Dick Gibbs in the game. He'll replace Bob Weiss.
John, you know what this move is? This is a defensive move. They bring Dick Gibbs in. He's got bigger size. He's going to cover the bigger guard. They bring John Shoemate in because he'll play a little bit better defense on the inside for you.
It really gets to be a chess game, doesn't it?
At this stage of the season, with only 1 game left, these coaches better try everything they possibly can.
Only if it goes 2 to make 1.
And then what do you got when you win this one? Those Celtics all rested up, relaxed.
They're up there smiling.
Towns up there snarling, snorting fire, ready to take them on. Havlicek How does that affect the team, Jerry, to have like a 10-day layoff, which is what the Celtics will have had?
I think the first ball game is probably very difficult for you to play, but after that it seems to have a great effect on the team as far as being rested. Your older players get a chance to rest, and I don't think it hurts them nearly as much.
5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Lloyd Free missed it all, but he was fouled hard. Harvey Catching tips the deck. He was put there, I believe, by Dale Schluter after the first whistle. You never know that Dale Schluter was the honorary chairman of the Buffalo Girl Scout Cookie Drive.
I tell you, it is really rough underneath that basket. There's the play to create it all. Harvey Catching was all over his back.
Oh, I'll tell you, there's no foul call there. The foul goes on Buffalo.
Well, that's why I think you need 3 officials in this league. They just simply cannot see everything that goes on.
Lloyd Free does not get the first free throw. Buffalo is in the lead 32-30. We have just 4 seconds to play in the first quarter. This series is even at a game apiece. NBA playoff basketball on CBS, and this is a decider. The loser is out. Lloyd Free with a penalty shot. Ties the game. Buffalo, against a harassing defense, will try to work for that final shot. Up court, here is John Shoemate at the buzzer. And the basket would not have been good had it gone in. And so the first quarter ends. And well, after the first quarter, it is all tied up here at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, 32-32. Bob Stenner, one of our CBS producers, got a call today from Reggie Jackson, an old friend. And Reggie Jackson says he is hopeful of being in a uniform with the Baltimore Orioles before too long. That situation will revolve itself. Apparently he's meeting today with Hank Peters. Freddie Carter gets the rebound, errands it up. Catching tips it off to him. Carter takes it inside. 4 chances the 76ers get. They get it on the 4th.
Don, the one thing that Buffalo hasn't done in this playoff, they have not rebounded. Philadelphia has absolutely killed them on the board. That's another sign of it right there.
Yeah, that's been a big difference. Boy, you can't give up 4. Jim McMillan works down low and does not roll for him. Of course, they go to Lloyd Free. Bob White against him. And Lloyd Free from out of the rafters sinks one through, and the Sixers open up a 4-point lead, and they're up and stomping here in Philadelphia. 36-32. Cross-court pass is chipped away by McGinnis, very nearly a steal. Buffalo making some errant passes here in the first half. You don't try that diagonal cross-court pass against anybody.
Don, when they put George McGinnis back in the ball game for the 76ers, I think you saw just an up-tempo of the ball game immediately.
Shoemate goes down to McMillan. Back gets his own rebound. Catching, rejecting twice. Lead pass to McGinnis. Off to Lloyd Free, off the glass, and the Sixers rip open a 6-point lead. And the Buffalo Braves quickly call a timeout. The 76ers opening up a 6-point lead here early in the second quarter, now pressuring the ball. They have to back off when Randy Smith has it. Go quick on the dribble, he can switch ends, go right by you like the wind. 38-32. Ken Charles looks down low. A lot of motion down low. McAdoo takes it. The ball is slapped away. It was last touched by one of the 76ers. It will come inbound to Buffalo.
Don Harvey Catchings have played a big and very important part of this ball game. He's done a good defensive job with Bob McAdoo. Blocked about 4 shots already. A big job so far.
I tell you, they wanted everybody down on the floor. Going after that basketball, Shoemate spins off, comes up with the ball, and lays it in. And brings the Buffalo Braves back to within 4. Philadelphia 38-34. Lloyd Free against Randy Smith. Trying to loop down low. Joe Bryant comes out. Catching, posting down low. Trying to pick off McMillan for Bryant. Bryant fires from the outside. Rebound to McAdoo at 6'10" and only 208 pounds. He can get way, way up. Now Buffalo with a chance to get back within 2. Randy Smith takes it right through Catchings with his 4th block of the game. Once against Atlanta, he rejected 10 in a game.
Okay, he's done a phenomenal job inside. He's taken away about 5 layups the Buffalo's had this ball game so far. It's just very discouraging for the offensive player.
McAdoo down low, looking to shoot on Catchings. McAdoo puts it up over everybody, goes to the floor, no foul. Rebound Bryant. Up towards to Carter, 76ers with that fast break offense. Carter did not, it was ruled, take the extra step. Gets the bucket.
Don, Philadelphia is not noted for their defense, but their defense has got them in very, very good shots on their offense.
It's 40-34. 76ers again with a 6-point lead. Down low to McMillan. One-on-one with Bryant. Spins off and Jim McMillan with a great shot off the spin. Pumping it up. Pop shot 12 feet out. 4-point game, Sixers.
I don't think Joe Bryant can stay with Jimmy McMillan. If they'd get him the ball right now, he'd go for a bundle real quick, I think.
You've always been a believer in Jimmy McMillan from the days that you and he played in that L.A. championship team, 72.
Well, the thing about him, he really only takes a good shot.
George McGinnis with that great ball control. His hands are just so big, he palms that thing like it's a lemon. Puts it up, takes it down, puts it up again, and gets the bucket. It's a 6-point lead for Philadelphia.
He's a marvelous talent, and he jumps.
Yeah, he came into the pros right after his sophomore year at Indiana. Joe Bryant is called for a personal foul. Both teams under the limit. First team foul in the second quarter for the 76ers. Third personal on Joe Bryant. Buffalo brings the ball in. Harvey Catchings is called for the personal foul. Catchings comes out now. Gene Shue brings it out. He gets the big ovation. Here's the Spectrum.
We'll see what Bob McAdoo can do now. He hasn't had much luck so far against Harvey Catchings. I would imagine he'll get a lot better shot selection against Clyde Lee.
They're really hawking the ball, the Sixers. They're trying to whack the ball before it even gets to McAdoo. They don't want his hands on it. McAdoo puts the shot. That's unbelievable. You can put a bag on that guy's head, he'll throw it in the hoop.
He had absolutely no shot he makes.
None at all. He had no shot. All he did is went up and threw it in. Fred Carter, who can gun and fire. He gets hot, he can rip the game open. He gets cold, he can blow you right out of it if you're the Sixers. He starts that fast break the other way with those long boingers that bounce off.
Philadelphia's had a history of that their ball club this year. When they shoot poorly from outside, they have their bad game.
McAdoo can't get it from 25 feet out. Here's McGinnis at 6'8", taking it down floor. Inside from Clyde Lee to Steve Nicks. And Philadelphia. Coach Ramsey got out right on the court with the last-minute instructions now for his Buffalo Braves as they trail the game 77-66. The first quarter, at the end of that, we had a standoff, 32-all. The halftime, the 76ers had just a much superior team play in the second quarter, had an 11.9-point lead. Jim McMillan, he's been tough for Buffalo. The captain has now hit 23 points, former Columbia All-American. Here's another foul call on the Buffalo bench, I believe. Coach Ramsey, what's that now? There's a warning. I think that was an official warning.
You better believe that'll be the last time he says anything, too.
Shoemate sweeps down the defensive board, goes to McAdoo. He said, clear on down, Randy. I'll take it up myself at 6'10". Now Smith comes to the outside, looking for McMillan, weak side against Steve Nicks. The weak side, the side away from the ball. Shoemate down low, the strong forward. Outside to McAdoo. Look at that.
McAdoo's 3 for 3 this half, Don, and he's had a much, much better shot selection this half.
And Buffalo now trails by 7 points, as you see, 77-70. A lot of time to go. Collins all day long on the inside. No basket foul prior to the move. Who'd they get, McMillan?
They got Randy Smith on that last play. That is one of the toughest plays in basketball to cover when a man is pressing you. George McGinnis broke out high. Randy Smith trying to stay with Doug Collins. Doug Collins goes backdoor away from the ball. Just almost impossible to cover. Particularly for a man as quick as Collins and as big as him.
Doug Collins at the free throw line. He has now scored 15 points. McGinnis has 12. Steve Nicks has 14. Boy, he's worked to get him. Played a great game. Catchings has 8. Carter has 15. Bryant has 4. Free has 8. McMillan with 23 for Buffalo. Jim McMillan. Here's McAdoo. Too much on it. Rebound tapped away. Look at Smith. Just so very fast. Outruns everybody. Gets the ball. Loops it up. Little hip shot, and he gets it. Here's a delay of game warning against McAdoo. We got lots of people warned now. I don't know what happens the next time they infract.
They keep warning people, and then they finally start calling when they don't have anyone left.
court with the ball as the Buffalo Braves are back to it in 6. Here's Ken Charles, puts the man in the air and gets it off glass, and we've got a basketball game going now at 78-74. 5:10 to go in the third quarter, so we got a world of basketball left, and the Buffalo Braves have hustled back. They've worked their way back into this game. They're down by 4. McGinnis takes it inside and draws a foul.
Number 11.
And the foul call is number 11 on the Buffalo Braves. That is Big Mac, the second.
Well, when George McGinnis can catch the ball in this deep to the basket, he caught the ball inside the foul line. He spun around. He's so close that the only thing you have to do, Don, is foul him. McAdoo has to overplay him, keep him from getting the ball inside, and that's a difficult chore for anyone.
You know, Jerry, one of the problems McAdoo's George McGinnis has had his whole career. He's so strong. You wouldn't believe how strong this man is. They call him the man with a bulletproof body. But he goes up inside, and guys can hang on his arm, and they go right up with him. It's like Wilt. He put them in the hoop, too.
I don't think there's any question, Don, when the player's strong inside and when he's so close to the basket that officials sometimes don't see the fouls and they don't call them.
George McGinnis was a high school All-American tight end. At Indianapolis, Washington High School, went on to Indiana University. Signed to the ABA after his sophomore year. Led the ABA in scoring last year. Signed a 6-year, $3 million contract with the Philadelphia 76ers.
He's been worth every penny of it.
He has. He paid his own way right away. They had 300 season tickets last year. They signed McGinnis, and they went up to about 3,500.
He also broke the attendance record here, Don.
Went from 7,000 to 12,500 this year in attendance, average. Great guys pay their way. Box office. He's not only a great player, he sells tickets. Works at window 9. McGinnis goes to Mix. It is 80-76, a 4-point game. Buffalo harassing on defense. And Fred Carter gets a big basket for the 76ers. Buffalo Braves almost playing the zone defense. Every team in the NBA does if they can get away with it. That quick, tight switching game. Shoemate down low against McGinnis. McMillan, no foul. Jim McMillan looks to the official. Lead to Collins. Watch him go. Look at that play by Doug Collins. Fantastic basketball play. Absolutely extraordinary play. An extraordinary play. Look at this. Fastest guy in the league against him. He puts it on the floor with a behind-the-back dribble. Goes up, reverse layup, and gets it.
Just a sensational play. And if you don't think he's some great athlete to be able to change direction that quickly and make the kind of shot he did, you just got to watch this guy play. Very emotional player. I think we had another warning again, Don.
Play of game against the 76ers. Boy, I'll tell you, watch basketball for a long, long time. You don't see a guy do that. Put Smith on the floor with the move. McAdoo puts it up. No basket, says Jake O'Donnell.
34.
All of a sudden, on the great play by Doug Collins, the 76ers have opened up an 8-point lead again after Buffalo had cut it to 4. We have 3:47 left to go. Randy Smith puts it up. Tough shot. He got it against Collins. Firing off the move, 18 feet away. 84-78, a 6-point game. 76ers have the ball. Carter looping down low, goes to Mix. He's played a fantastic game on all. You don't know he's out there, but blocking out, getting rebounds, scoring points. He has 14. Aram shot, rebound slapped around. Shoemate has the ball slapped to him, goes to Randy Smith. 76ers revert from offense to defense quickly. Smith puts it up again. Sometimes you got to pass off when you come down with the ball, and here comes McGinnis. He likes to throw it around. What do we have here? Travel is called on George McGinnis.
I think it was more of a double dribble than a travel. I was wondering when they're going to call it. You know, one thing that the Buffalo has done here to get back in this ball game, they have moved the ball around a lot better. Bob McAdoo has had 5 shots as heavy. He's made 4 of them. Every one of them has been a good shot for him. Philadelphia, on the other hand, they've dribbled too much, and they've lost a little bit of momentum.
McAdoo gets the shot over Clyde Lee and draws the foul. And the Buffalo Braves with a free throw going to the free throw line. And if he can hit this, we'll have a 3-point game. Jerry, what's the difference been in the third quarter?
Well, the difference in the third quarter, Buffalo refused to quit. Everyone talks about the importance of a home court advantage. It hasn't worked out so far in this ball game. Bob McAdoo is starting to hit now. Buffalo is playing tougher defense. Philadelphia is only getting 1 shot on their offense, and that's the difference in this ball game.
is a three-point game, 84-81. Fred Carter with the ball for Philadelphia. Loops the ball down low to Clyde Lee. Picked up by Charles as Shoemate went for the steal, and Shoemate steals the ball. And here come the Braves, playing on the visiting court after being way down and almost out of it. Coming back and keeping the heat on and getting better as the game wears on. The 76ers now laying back a little on defense. They've been getting burned. McAdoo puts it up. Oh, it's unbelievable what that guy can do with that round ball.
There's nothing to do about it. He's just shooting right through the part in Clyde Lee's hair right now.
Yeah, I remember when you used to come to the Garden, Jerry, and it's got to be a great feeling. It's great to score at home and everybody yell, but when the crowd's way up and you fire something in, everything's quiet, isn't it?
Particularly when it's in the playoffs. Big basket by Freddie Carter.
Great shot by Fred Carter. And he was fouled by Ken Charles. Charles says, I didn't touch him. Freddie Carter says again, hey, you got me right here in the stomach. 86-83, and now the Sixers can go up by 4 after Buffalo cut it to 1. A 4-point advantage for the Philadelphia 76ers. We have 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 2 minutes, third quarter. The winner of this game goes on to play the Boston Celtics in best of 7 in Eastern semifinal series. Now we have an injury timeout. Ken Charles apparently got tipped on the finger. We saw him a few weeks ago at Boston. He must have got wrapped in the head about 10 times. He kept coming back.
Ken Charles is really a good professional basketball player. He's one of those people who talk, he's a pro's pro. He does not a lot of things spectacular, but a lot of things real well. Sacrificed himself for this team. He's been a good addition to this ball club.
He's a good, solid college player at Fordham University in New York. And as Lawson was a pro, gives it to you at both ends of the floor. Randy Smith forces the shot. McGinnis, boy, he can take it down. He's going to smash that ball like a grape one of these days.
John, when he grabs that ball inside, you can see his body just go away from him. He is really an exciting basketball
Never
player.
touched a weight. He's got the shoulder development. He's like a silo. Oh, they lost the ball. McAdoo picked it away as George McGinnis could not hang on to the ball. And here comes Randy Smith leading the break. Long lead pass, and McGinnis goes for the steal and goes right into the loving arms of Jack Ramsey.
How would you like to be a fan having George McGinnis come at you through the crowd?
Well, he had big Tom Burleson come at us out in Seattle.
I'll show you a quicker move if he comes after us.
Your quick feet got you out of the way. McAdoo, bad shot. Inside to Shoemate, fouled by McGinnis, and McAdoo, after the missed shot, Shoemate with the ball will shoot 2 fouls, and Doug Collins comes out, and boy, when that guy leaves the floor, he needs oxygen. He just expends everything he's got every second he's out there.
The pace of this ball game has slowed down a great deal, and I really believe it can be attributed to the first half of the ball game. It was so fast. They're starting to play a little bit better basketball now and not making as many mistakes.
Shoemate, this is the first shot. Penalty shot now in effect. There is where John Shoemate fell, right over his left eye. Former All-American at Notre Dame. Signed by the Phoenix Suns as their #1 draft choice. And Shoemate with 3 chances to make 2 can still get 2 points now as he'll take his 3rd shot. We have 1:05 to go, 3rd quarter. It is a 3-point game, Philadelphia. Bob Weiss in the game for Buffalo. McAdoo, Weiss, Randy Smith, Shoemate, and Jim McMillan in the game for the Braves. Carter with the ball for the 76ers. In there with him is Clyde Lee. Joe Bryant. Lloyd Free. He was so good in the 2nd quarter when he came in. And Steve Mix. Carter looks to go to the hoop. Takes away. Great shot by Fred Carter. Freddie Carter falls back and fires. He now has 22 points. McMillan has 23. Randy Smith takes it all the way down, and he was fouled. He had 3 chances to make 2.
Randy Smith had a good ball game today. I think one of the better games I've seen him play this year.
Buffalo's got the apple going at the free throw line. Very big factors. It's a very, very warm, humid day here in Philadelphia. It's difficult to get finger control on that ball, and your hands are sweating that much.
It really is, but when you miss all 3 of them, it doesn't bother you that much.
Did you ever shoot the air ball from the free throw line?
I never shot an air ball, but I saw a number of them shot. Very embarrassing.
Rebound down to McAdoo. It's a 4-point lead for Philadelphia. 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And Buffalo will play for the final shot of the quarter. Weiss, as Bryant lays off. McMillan goes down low. Carter's against him. McMillan's calling for the basketball. Weiss goes to Randy Smith. Down low to McMillan. Tapped over to McAdoo. Puts it up. He's unbelievable.
Unreal.
He now has 26. He's caught fire. Shot at the buzzer is no good. And so the third quarter ends, and we have got the with Jerry West and Sonny Hill. This is Don Criqui back at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. We're now into the fourth quarter, ready to open it. As the Braves bring the ball inbounds, if they score here, they will tie the game. They were down by 9 at the half. They were down by 13 in the third quarter. John Shoemate down low, puts McGinnis up, gets the shot. The ball game is tied. And all of a sudden, the Spectrum, with this huge crowd, becomes ominously silent as the Braves have turned this game around. All tied up as we're in the fourth quarter. Fred Carter whips it down low to McGinnis. Outside to Joe Bryant. Gets the roll. Joe Bryant hits it out of LaSalle of Philadelphia, the rookie. And again, the 76ers have the 2-point lead. That interesting comparison, but McGinnis has now got hot. Has outscored, McAdoo has outscored McGinnis 26-14. Randy Smith forces the shot. Here comes McGinnis. Watch all this. He's got a free man in Lloyd. Free tried to backhand the ball to him. And Randy Smith got it. Bob Weiss gets up, shaking his head. Where am I? Who hit me with the ball bat?
George McGinnis with a good pass down there could have gotten Philadelphia a layup, and instead of that's a 4-point switch for him. They should have had a layup on that play. Bad pass on McGinnis. And
Shoemate comes right back to score for Buffalo, and again the game is tied at 91. It is all over for one of these teams after today. The winner against the Boston Celtics. 91-91. On the drive, we have a foul call on Bob Weiss for using the hip. That's his third personal foul. Both teams gone to the limit. That is the first team foul of the fourth quarter against the Buffalo Braves. And so Philadelphia inbounds the ball. Lloyd Free goes to Fred Carter. Harvey Catching sets the pick. Weiss gets through it. Down to Harvey Catching. Too much out of God, there's anguished cries coming out from underneath that basket.
Loose ball now.
Harvey just let a weird sound.
What's George McGinnis? Now look how strong George McGinnis. Watch him go flying out there. Got a good rap from John Shoemate.
They call a foul on Smith, though. That's his third. The game is tied at 91 in the fourth quarter. Lloyd Free fields the ball over, gets it to Catching, back to Lloyd Free. And McAdoo comes up and sweeps her down like a big hawk. Up court to Randy Smith. Over the timeline, they're going to play quarterback basketball now and set the play. Randy Smith is the rookie. Lloyd Free backs off him. Not too close. Inside Shoemate. Woo, he sets one down. And Harvey Catchings is down. He fell, trying to stay with Shoemate. And Harvey apparently twisted an ankle. He's lifting off the court. He's going to stay in the game. He wants to. Buffalo just took the lead in that slam dunk.
On that particular play, Philadelphia's defense just simply did not talk. That's why you see men getting so wide open. You have to talk in this league to play defense. If people say that you can't communicate on the floor, you really have to communicate, particularly on the defensive end. The offensive end, you should know what you're going to do. The defensive end, you have to talk.
Like catching punts in the National Football League. You need a little help from your friends when you're watching the ball come down.
Boy, you need a lot of help when you got those big bodies setting screens in there. If you don't talk, it can really hurt sometimes.
You got 10 guys out there. How do you know who's talking?
He can't come in.
I tell you, we can get a lot of talking when the guys on the offensive end saying, "Give me the ball. Give me the ball."
Jack Ramsey is now up protesting something vehemently. There is Jack Ramsey, who has directed his team back. I don't know what he said in the locker room, but it had to be some of the wisdom that came from that PhD because he turned the game around.
Very bright, knowledgeable basketball man. I think he's done a real fine job in Buffalo.
It's a great franchise.
It really is a good franchise. They've got a young ball club that should be good for a long time.
It's a great city.
Buffalo Dome can call it that.
93-91. Down low they go to Knicks. Here is Don Adams comes in, and he promptly fouls George McGinnis. The 76ers breaking their huddle with Gene Shue. Very quickly going right down low to McGinnis. Let's go to our ace and get him the ball. Personal foul called on Don Adams was his first. Third team foul.
Don, that could be a factor. 3 team fouls so early. Philadelphia hadn't had much luck, and now next foul is going to be a penalty. And they haven't shot well. This could keep them in the ball game when they're going badly.
Right, 9.5 minutes to go. This is the first time Buffalo has led since the first quarter. You're with us at the outset. You saw them jump off to a 7-2 lead. At the end of the first quarter, the game was tied at 32 all. At the half, Philadelphia led by 9, led by 13 in the third quarter. Fred Carter, Mad Dog they call him, way up and off glass. He has 24, Fred Carter. And the game is tied at 93. We're in the fourth quarter. Randy Smith puts it up, nice and soft, but not quite enough there. And here comes McGinnis, weaving his way down. He puts the ball right in the hands of Bob Weiss. Weiss just stood there and said, "Thank you so very much." Now Adams gets the ball. McMillan hasn't shot in a while. You want to go to him. He's been hot, and there's a whistle and a foul underneath.
Number 30 with a home.
Philadelphia is called for the personal foul. George McGinnis just got his 5th. One more, and he sits down.
He's going to take a seat anyway. Gene Shue is going to get him out of this ball game. They can't afford to lose him going down in the last few minutes of this ball game, particularly if it's close.
And don't forget, you'll see a game that will also decide one team advancing and one team being out when the Milwaukee Bucks are home to play the Detroit Pistons, that NBA playoff game. The third deciding game of the best-of-3 series coming up following this one here on CBS. Yesterday at Cleveland, Gary Bender and Sonny Jurgensen were courtside as the Cleveland Cavaliers took a 2-1 advantage. Didn't have Cleveland on all year. Now he'd be there every week. Those guys are tough.
They got a fine ball club. It's a very dangerous ball club.
Those fans don't hurt him either. Bob Weiss puts it up. Fights for the rebound. What's we got here? Going to go down court to the 76ers.
The danger of getting in the foul situation already for Buffalo. Philadelphia's got a great chance now. They haven't shot well in the last few minutes of this ball game. They got a chance now to go to the free throw line and get some easy points. And this is the thing that really hurts the team when they're coming back.
8.5 minutes to go in the game. It is 93-93, and that is such an important factor. As you're pointing out, the penalty coming into effect. This much time left, Philadelphia could win the game at the free throw line. This one's coming down to the final 10 seconds.
This is going to be a great ball game all the way.
It is 94-93. The 76ers are back in the lead, and Collins is getting set to come back in the game. So you see that blonde head flying from one end to the other. Down low to Adams. Inside, nicely done to McMillan, who gets the roll. Nicely assisted by Adams. Call him the Nicky Lolich of the NBA. Rebound down to McAdoo. The Braves with a 1-point lead, now bringing the ball down court. They go to Weiss. He'll stabilize. Sets thing up. Goes to McAdoo. Big shot away. McAdoo forcing a shot. 2-on-2 break. Lloyd Free running in against Randy Smith. Lloyd Free off the run. And Joe Bryant taps it away, but loses the ball to the Buffalo Braves.
And that's what happens when you get caught up in a wild ball game. Lloyd Free took a bad shot. Bob McAdoo took a bad shot on the other end. This is the kind of time in the ball game, Don, when you don't have anyone down with you, you want to try to set up and get a good shot.
Want to slow up that running a little bit now, huh?
That's right, and everyone's getting tired. They're going to make mistakes now, so you got to really be careful and handle the ball correctly.
Down low to McAdoo, tipped away, but McAdoo picks it up, goes to Shoemate. John Shoemate fading away, and the Buffalo Braves have for them an enormous lead, 3 points. It's like elbow room for these guys, the way they've been.
They played catch-up all day, and they've done a great job with it. Philadelphia's got some foul problems. They're going to have to really be careful with some of their key players.
This would probably be the biggest win in the history of this Buffalo franchise. If they came to Philadelphia and won today, winning on the home court twice in the best-of-3 series or the away court.
Well, that shows you quality of the ball club and the quality of the players they got on this team. To come back and be down, they have to be a little bit down mentally, and they come back here today, and they've given a great effort so far.
We have 7 minutes and 14 seconds left to play in the game. Doug Collins at the free throw line. Best free throw shooting player on the 76ers. Oh, he just seemed to it to you all day. He hardly ever put the ball up today. Didn't go in a hole.
Another good thing about him now, with them in the penalty situation, he's such a good driver that he will have a chance to get up the free throw line.
How about that for a drive? Randy Smith goes. The basket will count. There's a foul on the play. Spectacular play by Randy Smith. Look at this.
Look at this quick. Unbelievable. He can blow by people. That great body control, a nice soft shot, and he gets the bounce.
He can high jump 6'11". Got that good rolls going up in Buffalo. It keeps in the garage all winter. They want that snow on it.
I think all the players in the league drive rolls now.
You have them out there, isn't there?
They can afford to drive anything they want to, the money they're making.
196. Steve Mix can't get the shot. Joe Bryant fights and gets it rejected by McAdoo. A goal, 10 on the Braves. 198. An excellent call by the official. You'll see the trajectory of the ball just on the way down.
McAdoo missed the rebound once inside. Bryant with good hands inside. Keeps the ball alive. McAdoo right in front of the basket, goaltender.
198. The ball will come inbounds to the Buffalo Braves. They have a 2-point lead. We have 6 minutes and 39 seconds left to play in the game. And there's another game just like it coming up next. The NBA on CBS. Detroit at Milwaukee. With the winner to go against the defending league champions, the Golden State Warriors. McAdoo takes it down the baseline. Boy, Buffalo's really gotten their act together.
Well, they've gotten their act together mainly because their big man, Bob McAdoo's got his act together. When he's going, you just can't.
Driving shot, and Shoemate takes it down. I'll tell you, it looks like guns are going off. There's so many guys on the floor in this game. McAdoo has 28. Ken Charles looking for the open man. Here is Randy Smith. Going to think it over now. 12 seconds on the shot clock. 6:05 on the game clock. Shoemate. Up and good. The basket goes, and Shoemate will go to the free throw line. And the Braves take again the 4-point lead with a chance to go up by 5.
Bob McAdoo and Joe Bryant had a few words, too. I've never seen Bob McAdoo get mad at all. But that was a great move by John Shoemate inside. Okay, what's this move? Tremendous move, a very strong move inside. He just overpowers Joe Bryant on the inside.
John Shoemate at the free throw line. The son of a Pentecostal minister from Elizabeth, New Jersey, who twice in his life has been very close to death. He feared he'd never play again because of a blood clotting factor, but he's come back now. Gained All-America honors at Notre Dame and then come on into the NBA. And here is George McGinnis back in the game, and Buffalo has a 7-point lead. 105-98. Red Carter, he's kept the 76ers in it with that brilliant outside shooting. Freddie Carter now with 26 points. Out high with the ball is Don Adams. It's slapped away by Mix. Here comes McGinnis. One-on-one. He's going one-on-one with Randy Smith. Foul on number 10. Don Adams tried to sneak in a little push to get position on the board. 105-100. Buffalo has the lead, but Steve Mix will go to the free throw line. The penalty shot is in effect for Philadelphia.
There's a big steal by Doug Collins on Don Adams in that last particular play. They're going to get Jimmy McMillan back in this ball game, and he's the guy that seems to give them good movement on their offense. Big free throws for Steve Mix here.
Steve Mix at the free throw line. Steve Mix has played an outstanding all-around game. He's just given it to him all over the floor. Plays at both ends, every game. Here's that steal.
Good quick hands by Doug Collins in that particular play.
Steve Mix shooting for his 15th point. Now his 16th. And all of a sudden, Philadelphia has come back to it in 3. They were down by 7. Buffalo rallying back from 13 points down in the third quarter has the lead as we start down the stretch. Jim McMillan with the big shot. He does not get it. McGinnis takes down the defensive board. And here comes Fred Carter on the run for Philadelphia. Dances inside with a yo-yo dribble. Now they go back outside, and McGinnis, pump shot. Way out shot from a 41% shooter. That's a good percentage. That's not where McGinnis is most effective. He's an effective inside, bowling his way in with that ball in one hand. 4:45 to play in the game. They look to McAdoo. Charles goes to him. Up against him is Harvey Catching. McAdoo with a move to the basket. Puts it up against Catching. Roll won't go, and McGinnis sweeps down a second straight defensive board.
McGinnis on the inside has really done the job when they missed a shot. But I think another man you just can't give him enough credit to has been Harvey Catching. When he's been in there, Bob McAdoo hasn't been a big force on the offensive end. Only when Catching has been out of the lineup.
3 men back for Philadelphia. Here's Ken Charles, and he drills it home. Ken Charles nails one home to give Buffalo a 5-point lead. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the game. Always the specter of an overtime. Philadelphia slowing down its offense. Collins outside, down to McAdoo. He has been the all-pro player he is, particularly here in the second half. McAdoo at 6'10", can put it right down on the floor. They go outside now. Jim McMillan is saying, get the ball around, move it around, let's play basketball. Block, no foul. Down the ball is McGinnis. Fast break, Philadelphia, 3 attackers and 3 defenders. And the ball is tipped away from Steve Mix off his foot by Randy Smith. And the Sixers leading 107-102. Buffalo trailing by 13 in the third quarter. An 18-point turnaround now. Second half. McAdoo holds the ball, loses it. Picked off by Harvey Catching. Up to Collins against Smith. Randy Smith got a piece of the ball. He was burned the last time, and Ken Charles took down the rebound. Jim McMillan gets it back outside. Ken Charles from downtown Philadelphia, but Shoemate gets the rebound. Hey, I don't know what Charles said. Jack Ramsey just called over Kenny Charles and said, hey, partner.
Big play by Randy Smith on the other end. This guy's got great leaping ability. Really just jumps inside of the offensive player.
McAdoo. Buffalo still gunning away. They're not going to let up even though they've got the lead. Time is running out. A foul call. It's going to go against McAdoo. He fouled McGinnis on the loose ball. Buffalo's not playing very smart basketball this game.
They haven't had in the last 4 shots a good shot. I think with Jimmy McMillan in there, they could get the ball inside real deep to him. And if he's not open, he can get the ball to McAdoo, and they haven't done it for a while yet. But the one advantage that Philadelphia has now, they can still stay in this ball game by the free throw line. They just haven't shot the ball well. I think the reason they lost their momentum in this ball game is there's just simply too much dribbling, too much standing around.
In a game of stark contrast, the Philadelphia 76ers took command in the second quarter, moved out to a 9-point halftime lead. They opened it up to 13 points in the third quarter. And then Buffalo find a combination at work. They've had to have McMillan in this game to stabilize this game. They've rallied back to where they now lead by 5, but that'll be cut very shortly. As George McGinnis is the free throw line, and the penalty shot is in effect, has been since 8:30 left to play in the fourth quarter. Backcourt foul. He'll have 3 chances to make 2.
There was a loose ball foul in the backcourt. You only have 2 chances, Don. John Shoemate has really done a great job on the backboard for the Braves. He's also given them 19 big points in this game.
Ken Charles has the ball. Shoemate coming out of a hospital bed to score 19 points and all those rebounds. Done a lot of work inside. Down low to Shoemate. McGinnis pushed him. Nobody caught it. Shoemate puts it up. Intercepted by Randy Smith. 2:19 to go. McAdoo fires it up. Buffalo is incredible. They're firing the ball up when they're trying to protect the lead with Aaron. Little shot. Now Ramsey's up screaming at his team to settle it down.
This is the time you really need a guard to take over out there.
Foul on McGinnis. He's out of the game. George McGinnis trying to reach in and get the ball as Cates Locke, the assistant to Jack Ramsey.
Boy, McGinnis did not use very good judgment on that particular foul. That was not a good foul by George McGinnis. Not a time to lose him in this ball game.
Well, by the same token, they have to make every last-ditch effort to get the ball.
That's right.
2:02 to play. Buffalo has a 4-point lead, but Shoemate's at the free throw line.
Don, with 2 minutes left to play in the NBA, you're going to get the ball back an awful lot of times. You don't want to put the guy to the free throw line to have a chance to make 2 shots.
Well, since you scored 29,000 points, I'll bow to your judgment.
But also took a lot of shots to get that.
Hey, you can wear out a right hand doing that. Putting 29,000 in. 107 to 103. Philadelphia down by 4, but the 76ers have the ball. Collins driving, puts it up. And a foul is called on Buffalo. Randy Smith picks up his fourth personal foul. Now they're signaling his fifth.
I'd really like to see that last play. Here's Doug Collins making a move inside. Looks like to me that if anyone fouled him, Jimmy McMillan fouled him.
John Shoemate now leads the game for the Buffalo Braves. Shoemate scored 19 points while he was in. Could very well be back. McAdoo has 28. Randy Smith, 24. Jim McMillan, 25. A 2-point game. Randy Smith brings the ball up court. They're standing and stomping and cheering here in Philadelphia, trying to rattle Buffalo. 1:40 left to go. The Braves lead by 2. McAdoo has the ball knocked away. 8 seconds on the shot clock. McAdoo puts it up. He does not get the roll. Fight for the ball, and McAdoo comes out of the huddle with it. Gives to Randy Smith a double team. Over to Ken Charles. 1:24 to go. Collins harassing, looking for the ball, doing everything he possibly can. Reject. McAdoo sets it down. Could be the game. 1:16 to go. Gene Shue up, screaming at his team that he wants a timeout with 1:13 to go. Doug Collins shut off with a pass, takes it to the basket. He's up to Lloyd Free. Way up off the glass, Lloyd Free gets it. A 2-point game, and Lloyd Free's going to press. Randy Smith, look at him. Mike, it's unbelievable the physical abilities of Randy Smith and Doug Collins. They're like ghosts out there.
They've really been going at each other. Here's a time of the basketball game where you see a great player.
Ken Charles puts a man in the air, puts the shot up, does not get the roll. Taps out Collins. It could be tied if Collins can hit here. Doug Collins ties the game. 41 seconds to go. It's tied at 109. And the Buffalo Braves call a timeout. A lot of time left on the shot clock. 15 seconds. Buffalo will play it down and play it down. Down low to Shoemate against Clyde Lee. Shoemate puts it up. Basket is disallowed. A foul on Shoemate. 28 seconds left. Shoemate pushed him. Official Jake O'Donnell right on top of the play.
Big call by the official. That takes a lot of guts for an official to call that, but a very obvious play. Now I think what you can look for is, again, Doug Collins to handle the basketball. He has the ability to drive, the ability to shoot it outside. He might create something for himself or for another member of the 76er ball club.
Randy Smith is fronting Collins. He's playing down low. Doug Collins to the left side as Carter dribbles the ball. Shot clock winding down. 4 seconds on it. Carter forces a shot. Gets it. Buffalo calls timeout with 6 seconds left. The Buffalo Braves call a timeout with 6 seconds left as the Spectrum has gone wild. Unbelievable game. Red Carter has hit 5 shots at the buzzer this year that have won games. This one came with 6 seconds to go, and it is right on time.
The people in Philadelphia are mighty happy right now, but we have 6 seconds left to go in this ball game, and don't count Buffalo out.
The Buffalo Braves huddle now the Philadelphia 76ers. If they just come back, rallied back in the closing seconds of the game from 4 points down, they have a 2-point lead. 1:24 to go. They were down by 4 points. And now with 6 seconds to go, they're up by 2, and Buffalo will have a last-ditch effort to tie the game and possibly send it into overtime.
Don, if anyone's ever seen a basketball game or not a basketball fan, this game today would make anyone a basketball fan. Sensational game. Buffalo's got a chance to win it or tie it here right now and take this game into overtime.
What do you do here now, Jerry, if you're Buffalo?
You got to get a good, quick shot and have a chance maybe if you miss the shot to rebound it. McAdoo or McMillan's going to take this shot, I think.
They're standing here in Philadelphia. 6 seconds to go. Charles looks inbound, throws it to McAdoo. The clock has started. McAdoo drives to the baseline, puts the ball up, puts it up again. There's a foul call. McAdoo will go to the free throw line with 3 chances to make 2. 1:16 second on the clock. It looks if McAdoo can hit 2 out of 3, we'll go to OT. Unbelievable game. Watch McAdoo drive. Gets his own rebound, and he might have been hit by Clyde Lee. It is Clyde Lee who's charged with a foul.
Boy, Don, it's awful tough to call a foul in a situation like that, but these officials, you really have to give them credit. They've hung in there, a tough ball game to call, and they've really done a fine job today.
McAdoo, normally a very good free throw shooter, had his troubles this year. His free throw percentages dropped way off. He's only got 2 shots, one on the penalty. It was not on a foul. He gets 1. McAdoo now gets the penalty shot. You believe all this?
It's an unbelievable ball game. You think Bob McAdoo's pants are shaking a little bit now?
Maybe. If he stopped and thought about all this, he's faint. He gets them both. The game is tied. We'll go into overtime. But there's 1 second before we do. If the Sixers can get an errant, a wild shot off and hit it. Inbounds to Lloyd Free. Shot at the buzzer is up, and no good. Lloyd Free fell down. Trying to draw a foul. Nobody touched him. Manny Sokol looks over at Free and says, hey, come on. So we're going to go into
some of these players have been out there an awful long time, and 5 minutes more is not going to seem very much to these guys. They really have put a tremendous effort in this ball game today, and it's just remarkable that these guys could play as many games they played this year and give this kind of effort this late in the season.
That's an interesting observation. You don't think that the 5 minutes will affect them. They're not just worn to a frazzle.
Absolutely not.
Of course, McGinnis has fouled out of the game, fouled out with 15 points and 15 rebounds. Buffalo gets the tip. McAdoo's been their big gun, 31 points. He's really gotten hot in the second half. Down low to Shoemate. John Shoemate puts it up, and Buffalo takes the overtime lead. 113 to 111. John Shoemate has now scored 21 points for Buffalo. McMillan has 25.
Another interesting matchup this stage of the ball game. Jimmy McMillan covering Dub Collins, and both ends of the court could be very interesting for both players.
And McMillan has 5 personal fouls. Gunshot. No good. Look what he got here. Jim McMillan just fouled out. Jim McMillan is going to get the 6th foul flag. There it is. Sayonara to Buffalo's captain. Played a great basketball game. Jim McMillan with 25 points. Fouls out of the game.
It's going to put a lot of pressure on Bob McAdoo and Randy Smith to get the points, but John Shoemate inside very quietly has picked up about 21 points in this ball game. Played a very strong game for him inside.
Randy Smith with 24, McAdoo with 31, Shoemate with 21, and McMillan now out with 25. For the 76ers, McGinnis out with 15 points. Nix has scored 16. Doug Collins has hit 23. Mad Dog Carter. Freddie Carter has 28 points. Bryant has 9. Lloyd Free 10. Clyde Lee 2. And here comes Dick Gibbs in the game.
It's a tough position for Dick Gibbs to come in the ball game. He's only played about a minute in this ball game, and he has to be very cold. But they're going to put him in to try to cover Doug Collins.
Shadow couldn't cover Doug Collins. Doug Collins drills it and ties the game. 25 points for Collins, and the game is again tied at 113. We are in overtime here at Philadelphia. A game that will decide which team goes against the Celtics in best of 7, with the loser to see their season end today. And Charles puts the fakes on, drives inside, puts the shot up, and draws a foul. Kenny Charles draws a foul, might be on Collins. It is. It's only his 3rd, though. On the personal foul sheet, Shoemate has 5, McAdoo has just 3, Smith has 3, Charles is playing with 5, Weiss and Adams with 4 not in the game for Philadelphia. Collins has 3, Bryant and McGinnis have fouled out. The Pistons and the Milwaukee Bucks have tipped off their 3rd and deciding game at Milwaukee. Will be joining that as soon as this one's over. Which might not be this evening. You never know. These overtimes can go on and on. Smith steals the ball. And he was fouled in the backcourt. Lloyd Free is called for the personal foul. And Randy Smith fouled in the backcourt will shoot 2.
Dick Gibbs, who was put in the ball game as Jimmy McMillan's replacement, made a key defensive play. He snaked the ball away from Freddie Carter, reaching from behind him. Randy Smith got a chance to put Buffalo up before.
There you see Lloyd Free took a diving attempt at the ball and got Randy Smith. Buffalo with a 3-point lead now, 116 to 113. 3:37 left to play in overtime.
Going to get the inhaler insert, Westonized.
Missed the second. Harvey Catchings had that head of his up at the rim.
Harvey Catchings, a tremendous leaper. A young player, is going to get better.
Teammate almost took it away. Here's Steve Nicks down low. An overmatch as he's up against Randy Smith. Lloyd Free with the ball, the rookie out of Guilford College. He'd be a senior in college this year, signed after his junior year. Driving the baseline, blocked by McAdoo. No foul. Shoemate with the ball goes to Smith. Up court to Charles. And Buffalo's going to set it down. I think Ramsey's made that point stick now.
Now's the time for them to run a real good play, run some time off the clock, maybe get Philadelphia in a foul problem. And
Shoemate all
inside.
alone, and Buffalo goes up by 5 points. Gene Shue says, let's stop this right now and talk it over. Watch McAdoo a moment ago as he blocked Lloyd Free's shot. And now Buffalo comes back to the other end. Gibbs sets the ball in. This is videotape replay. Down low they go to Shoemate, left free, and easily off the glass to give Buffalo a 5-point advantage. And the 76ers have called a timeout, and there's Gene Shue.
You're watching the NBA on Classic Sports Network.
Now we're in overtime, and Buffalo has been dominant so far, but still we have 2:50 to play in the game, and Philadelphia has the ball.
A lot of time to go, but Philadelphia's going to have to score this time down.
They really feel they have to get a hoop here.
That's right.
They go to their ace, Doug Collins. Too much on it. McAdoo gets the rebound. And Buffalo quietly brings it up the floor. Philadelphia's not pressing on defense as they did. They're giving Randy Smith time to bring it up at his leisure. I tell you, when he's not at his leisure, the guy looks like a blue darter out there.
You can imagine when he's going full blast.
Yeah, he can run 40 miles an hour. They say the only thing in Buffalo faster than Randy Smith are Bob McAdoo's 3 Afghans.
That was a crucial turnover down there for Buffalo, and now Philadelphia again has a chance to get back in this ball game.
118 to 113. Buffalo did not get a shot off within the allotted 24 seconds. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes. Here's a foul on Dick Gibbs.
121.
Dick Gibbs gets the personal foul. He's about the only guy out there without a problem now. It's only a second. They bring the ball inbounds. It is 118 to 113. Buffalo with a 5-point lead in overtime. 1:50 left to play in the overtime. Fred Carter, who's been tough on the outside, working the ball in against Dick Gibbs. Carter wants to put something up. He does, draws a foul. And Fred Carter came down hard on his hips. But he's a tough customer. You couldn't hurt him with a hammer.
But what's really happening now to Philadelphia's offense? If you look, Fred Carter's dribbling the ball. If you can see the whole court, every member of Philadelphia's team standing watching. They got to get movement in this situation. Too much dribbling, and it's just killed them late in this ball game.
What would you do now if you were coaching the 76ers? What would you do if you're on the floor now, controlling this offense?
What I would like to see happen is to try to run some quick screens, either away from the ball, have the center come out high, set a screen, try to run something away from the ball, maybe to free a Doug Collins because he likes to play with the ball. If that's not open, then Carter can come off the screen and take the shot. If they're doing it just simply one-on-one, and you get no body movement that way. Also, you get very, very poor rebounding position.
I want to give special thanks today to our very fine team in the truck. Our producer, Tom O'Neill. Our director, John McDonough Jr. Our associate producer, Bob Stetter. Bob Dunphy, editing tape. Bill Barnes. Takes a lot of people to put one of these on.
It really does. And when they get it on the air and you see a ball game like this, it's all so well worthwhile.
Fred Carter is at the free throw line with 1:45 left to go. 118 to 115. He gets them both, and the Buffalo lead is cut to 3. We're in overtime. On the scoreboard clock here at the Spectrum, the defense time starts blinking on as the 76ers fans pick up the chant. Jerry?
You know, Don, in situations like this, you have a lot of basketball players that don't even want to touch the basketball in games like this.
Going to come inbound to the 76ers. Randy Smith protesting, but not too much. Doesn't take long for that tee made. Get that tee sign real quick.
Every call now is crucial. Every play is crucial. There's so much time left for Philadelphia to get the lead in this ball game. Buffalo just has to take better care of the ball, and they have to get a good shot. Philadelphia has to do the very same thing.
118 to 115. Buffalo with a 3-point lead. The 76ers with the ball. They lost the first game of this best-of-3 series in their home court Thursday night. Then won on Buffalo scored Friday night. Red Carter, Catchings gets the rebound. Ken Charles tips it away. Lots of guys dive for the ball, and who gets it? A loose ball foul is signaled, and Fred Carter is holding an ankle. There's a guy down for Buffalo out there. It looks like the big guy, McAdoo. Bob McAdoo is down, but I'll guarantee you he will be up like a greyhound. And Fred Carter's got an ankle problem. He's got... See what happens here now.
I guarantee you with 2 free throws, Freddie Carter has no ankle problem. He'll be up there at the free throw line. They can't get him out of this ball game.
I tell you, if Buffalo wins it, they've done it the hard way, and certainly if Philadelphia wins it, they've done it the hard way. Buffalo's had the lead and has not been able to hold on. The 76ers have kept falling behind and rallying back, and now they can come to within 1 if Fred Carter can hit the shot and the penalty shot. Fred Carter with 30 points at 31. It's a 2-point game. In a moment, it could be a 1-point game. Red Carter gets them both for the 76ers. 1 minute left to go in the overtime. 1 minute. 118 to 117 is the count. Randy Smith brings it on up court against Fred Carter. Dancing, diving. He's going to take a shot. Oh! He threw in a prayer with 50 seconds left to go.
Don, it looks like when one team is going to make a move, the other team comes back and makes a very, very difficult shot. I don't know about these players, but I'm kind of emotionally worn out.
I tell you. One more overtime to carry me out of here. Fred Carter puts it up. Pass up and in by Steve Mix. McAdoo is knocked to the floor, but no foul is called. Let's watch Steve Mix on the replay. Big play for Philadelphia. The 76ers are again back to within 1. And Buffalo calls timeout with 28 seconds to play. 27 seconds on the overtime clock, 17 seconds on the shot clock for Buffalo, and the Braves with a 1-point lead. Randy Smith with the ball. They set a double post down low. Shoemate and Adams. They go to McAdoo one-on-one with Catchings. He takes it inside. Foul on the play, and Big Mac will go to the free throw line with 17 seconds on the game clock.
Don, do you think Buffalo knows where their big man is? Every time they've got in trouble, he's given them something. He made the basket that put them back in the ball game, made 2 clutch free throws. Here he is fouled on the drive to the basket. Unbelievable.
The big fellow from Greensboro, North Carolina, went to Vincennes Junior College in Indiana for 2 years. One of the great junior college basketball teams in the country, year in and year out. Then to North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Played there 1 year, signed as a hardship with Buffalo. McAdoo has put in 32 points. Teammate John Shoemate has 23. They thought he'd be in a hospital today, but he got out of that hospital bed. Jim McMillan fouled out, the captain of the Braves, with 25, and McAdoo has 22 rebounds. Oh, the Big Mac is so tough when the heat is on. 121 to 119. He can give Buffalo a 3-point advantage here. Look what he did.
Somebody's moving a basket underneath.
The woman shook the basket. Tried to give Mac a moving target.
You know, when he made the 2 free throws to tie the game, somebody moved the basket, too.
That looks like that old Harlem Globetrotter thing where the guy fakes his free throw and everybody jumps. Big Mac, check it out there.
Not very funny, that man, Jack Ramsey, nor Bob McAdoo. That's the second time it's happened, and the players have all complained about it.
That could be it. Going to be awful touch for the 76ers to catch Buffalo now a 3-point lead with 17 seconds left, but they have come back, and they have come back, and now they call a timeout with 17 seconds on the game clock in overtime. The Buffalo Braves possibly winning for a second time on the away court in a best-of-3 series. The odds against that astronomical. They played the 76ers here 4 times in the regular season, lost all 4. And now in the playoffs when they had to win, they won 1 game here, the only other one they played, and they could very well win this one. The odds are on it. The Buffalo will.
Philadelphia again now. They need another quick shot here, and then they're going to have to put on the press and try to steal the ball.
They're going to Lloyd Free. He drives in. Tripped. He was... Randy Smith looks at like, who, me? In the other game, here we watched this replay first. Whoops, little foot ski.
That's allowed in outdoor basketball, not in the NBA. But that's the one thing you don't want to do when you got a close ball. You just don't want to foul, and Buffalo put themselves in a precarious position again by fouling. I got it. You have a chance to set up your press here in this situation.
One more shot.
One more shot, says Jake O'Donnell, working the game with Manny Sokol.